This video is to explain how to fill out each lesson's vocabulary frayer. So for topic 1, lesson 1, I'm going to use that in my example today. I will always have a material post in the classwork tab of the lesson. It'll be under the topic and lesson with the lesson name. And I will also have the actual frayer that you need to complete. So let's look at this number 1 to 8 video in PowerPoint. I make a Google Slides presentation with each word. I have the definition, a sentence, and examples included. I then make a YouTube video just like this one where I am, in my words, explaining every single word we see in that lesson's vocabulary list. I then assign a vocabulary frayer. I number them so we can make sure to keep track of what ones are missing if you do not turn them in. So when it comes to filling out a frayer, let's open this frayer. This is what a frayer looks like. The very first page, there are your words. So for topic 1, lesson 1, numbers 1 through 8, you have 8 vocabulary words, and it will always show you the words on the first slide. I then move on to give you 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of these 4 squares so that you can define the words. So I actually gave you the word in the first one, anthropology. I gave you this word, but normally I do not. Normally it just says vocab word because I make this worth a point. You'll need to highlight it, get rid of it, and type in the correct word that belongs here. And to find that, that is right here. So number 2 should be archaeologist. Looking back at number 1, let's go ahead and split screen so that I can also pull up this PowerPoint. So I want to be looking at the PowerPoint and I want to be looking at the frayer. So over here I can see anthropology. This one is anthropology. Under definition, I recommend that you just copy. To do that, that is, I believe, Alt-C or Control-C. And then I recommend you just Alt-V. Whoops. I guess it's not Alt. It must be Control. I apologize. Let me try. Control-C. And then I'm just going to paste it, Control-V, into this space. You may need to highlight it and make it a little smaller in size. I'm not sure how to make the text. It's fine. I can see it all. So study of humankind in all aspects, especially development and culture. So that would be the definition. I highly recommend that you use my definition. You can type it or you can just copy and paste it into the definition spot. Next, the sentence. Do not use my sentence. Do not use my sentence. The only things you can use of mine are the word, so you can copy and paste it if you want, and the definition I give you. Do not copy and paste my example sentences, nor my examples, nor my pictures. So for a sentence, you will have to come up with your own sentence. But let's go about this a different way. You have the definition here. Study of humankind in all aspects. What I want you to do is just go out to, or, you could probably do it right. Let's just go out to good wide Google. Let's type in anthropology. Except we don't need the clothing. So anthropology, let's look at it. Let's bring up images. And you can use any of these images that you think would fit. Do not, so let's copy and paste this one. I'm going to copy. And under illustration, I'm going to paste. It's going to be too big, I know this. So I will make it smaller and I will move it to that box. Please do not use my pictures. So here's my picture and here are my pictures. So do not use either of my pictures in your illustration. The reason I do the illustration right after the definition is because then I think it'll help you with your examples and your sentence. So what I recommend you do, after you have your picture here, come over here and give me some examples from in the picture. So this woman is working in a lab and she's a scientist. 2 examples. Perfect. Then for a sentence, I could say I'm going to describe my illustration. See, describe your illustration. You do have to use the word in your sentence. So we're going to change it to anthropologist because that's what she is. Works in a lab looking at a skull. There you go. I described this picture. I used my word. I'm going to bold my word if I can find how to bold it. Oh, here we go. I'm going to bold it. I might even underline it, just showing Mrs. Atwood that I used the sentence. And that is it for that word. So I have all 5 boxes filled in. Frayers are worth 5 points per word. So definition is worth 1 point. Illustration is worth 1 point. Writing the word is worth 1 point. Giving me an original sentence is worth 1 point. And giving me 2 examples is worth 1 point. So this word, anthropology, is worth 5 points total. You then do the same exact thing for your second word, which is archaeologist. So you would highlight this, type in archaeologist. You would go to my PowerPoint slide, copy, and then paste into the definition. Find an illustration, find a picture out on Google. Give me a couple examples using that illustration of what an archaeologist is or does. And then write your own sentence. This is where I recommend you use that illustration, the picture, and describe it. Make sure to use the word in the sentence. So somewhere in the sentence, it should say archaeologist. Since this frayer, topic 1, lesson 1, has 8 words and each word is worth 5 points, how many points is frayer 1 through 8 worth? So it would be 8 words times 5 points each.